We're about to dive deep into 7 habits that completely transformed my life in just 1 week. Yes, you heard that right. 1 week. I know that might sound too good to be true. But let me assure you, these aren't your typical cookie-cutter life tips. These are real, raw, and authentic habits that I personally integrated into my daily routine. I went through the struggles, the breakthroughs, and the triumphs, and what came out on the other side was nothing short of incredible. This transformation didn't happen overnight, but the profound shift I experienced was unmistakable. And I truly believe these habits can do the same for you. Whether you're looking to supercharge your productivity, elevate your mental health, or simply create a more positive and aligned life, these habits can help you get there. And the beauty is, they're not just empty ideas. They're practical, actionable steps you can start applying today. I'm talking about real-world strategies that get real-world results. Before we dive into these specifics, let me tell you a little about my own journey. Like many of you, I was searching for that spark, something to reignite my passion for life and make the everyday grind feel more meaningful. I wasn't just looking for a quick fix. I wanted lasting change. I went through phases of burnout, self-doubt, and even feeling stuck in a routine that no longer served me. But through trial and error, and a willingness to step outside my comfort zone, I discovered a set of habits that became my foundation for real transformation. These habits are grounded in ancient wisdom, psychology, and practical life strategies. They're not only about productivity hacks, but also about cultivating mental clarity, emotional resilience, and spiritual alignment. You see, personal growth isn't just about achieving more in less time. It's about becoming more in every aspect of your life. These habits helped me realign my focus, sharpen my mind, and find inner peace in a world that often feels chaotic and overwhelming. The habits I'm about to share with you cover a wide range of areas: mindset, physical well-being, emotional intelligence, and even energy management. Some of them might surprise you. They're not just the standard wake up early or exercise more advice, though we all know those are important. These are deeper, more profound shifts in perspective and behavior that create a ripple effect throughout every aspect of your life. Whether you're trying to get unstuck, improve your relationships, or find a better work-life balance, these habits are the key to unlocking your full potential. But here's the thing: real transformation takes commitment. Yes, these habits changed my life in a week, but they didn't just happen. They required intention, consistency, and a willingness to go deep within myself. You don't have to be perfect, but you do have to be open to change. That's where the magic happens. Now, I won't just leave you with the habits themselves. I'll also share how I overcame obstacles along the way. Because let's face it, when we start something new, resistance often shows up. Maybe it's in the form of self-doubt, fear, or even external distractions that try to pull us off track. I've been there. But the beauty of these habits is that they're adaptable. You can start small and build them into your life in a way that feels manageable, sustainable, and even enjoyable. So grab a cup of coffee or tea if that's more your style. Get comfortable and let's dive right in. I promise if you stick around until the end, you'll walk away with more than just ideas. You'll have a concrete plan to begin your own transformation. And along the way, I'll be sharing personal stories, insights, and lessons I've learned that will make these habits come alive for you. You'll see exactly how I went from feeling stuck to feeling empowered in a matter of days, and how you can do the same. Trust me, you don't want to miss this. These habits aren't just theoretical concepts. They're the real deal. and they're here to help you create a life of purpose, balance, and fulfillment. So without further ado, let's get started on this transformative journey together. The first habit that had a profound impact on my life was waking up early. To be completely transparent, I wasn't naturally a morning person. In fact, my relationship with my bed could be described as one of deep attachment and the snooze button. Well, let's just say it got a lot of love. Mornings used to feel chaotic, hurried, and often stressful. I'd rush to get ready, feeling like I was already playing catch-up before the day had even truly begun. But at one point, I decided to give waking up early a real shot, and it was one of the most transformative decisions I ever made. I began by setting my alarm for 5 a.m. At first, it was brutal. There's no sugarcoating it. Those first few days were rough. I would drag myself out of bed with a foggy head, wondering why I'd chosen to subject myself to this. There were moments I questioned whether it was truly worth the sacrifice of sleep. But like many things in life, pushing through discomfort often leads to breakthroughs. By the third or fourth day, I started to notice something remarkable. I began to truly appreciate the quiet and stillness that the early morning offers. It's almost magical how serene and peaceful the world feels at 5 a.m. The usual noise and busyness hadn't yet begun, and in that silence I found a kind of clarity I hadn't known before. Waking up early gave me extra hours that I never seemed to have before. This newfound time allowed me to do things that nurtured my mind, body, and spirit. I began my mornings with light exercise, not an intense workout, but something manageable like stretching, yoga, or a brief jog around my neighborhood. Even just 20 minutes of movement made a world of difference in how I felt for the rest of the day. It woke me up physically, but more importantly, it energized me mentally and emotionally. Another key element I added was meditation. I would spend a few quiet moments setting intentions for the day, breathing deeply, and clearing my mind. This practice of mindfulness anchored me, offering a sense of peace and grounding that stayed with me throughout the day. Instead of jumping straight into tasks or obligations, I found time to center myself, which led to better focus and a calmer mindset. One of the most surprising benefits of waking up early was how it transformed my mornings from rushed and frantic to calm and purposeful. No longer was I racing the clock, trying to squeeze in breakfast or hastily planning my day as I ran out the door. Instead, I found myself savoring my morning. I could sit down, enjoy a wholesome breakfast, sip my coffee mindfully, and plan my day with intention. This unrushed start to the day set a positive tone that influenced how I handled challenges later on. I also began journaling during this time, reflecting on my goals, aspirations, and any lingering thoughts. Writing things down in the stillness of the morning brought greater clarity to my priorities and helped me align my actions with my deeper intentions. One particular experience stands out during my early morning routine, and it's a moment that solidified my commitment to this new habit. One morning, after my usual routine of stretching and meditating, I decided to sit on my balcony. As I watched the sunrise, the world around me was still quiet, and the sky gradually transformed into a breathtaking palette of colors. It was one of those moments where time seemed to slow down, and I was fully present. In that quiet beauty, I felt an overwhelming sense of gratitude. Gratitude for the day ahead, for the opportunity to witness such a simple yet profound moment, and for the quiet space I had carved out for myself by waking up early. That sunrise was a reminder that the world has so much beauty to offer, but often we are too busy or distracted to notice. Waking up early is more than just adding extra hours to your day. It's about how you use those hours. It's about creating space for reflection, for self-care, and for setting the tone for your day. These early hours can be an opportunity to connect with yourself, to align with your intentions, and to feel a greater sense of purpose. Of course, waking up early isn't necessarily for everyone, and it's important to find a routine that works for you. However, I encourage you to give it a try, even if it's just for a week. Start by waking up 15 or 20 minutes earlier than usual. Gradually, as your body and mind adjust, you may find that you naturally wake up earlier, and that those early morning hours become some of the most cherished parts of your day. Here's how to get the most out of waking up early. Set your intentions the night before. Before going to bed, take a few moments to plan what you want to achieve the next morning. This could include exercise, meditation, reading, or working on a personal project. Create a peaceful morning ritual. Whether it's enjoying a quiet cup of tea, writing in your journal, or stretching, find a ritual that grounds you and brings you joy. Limit screen time. Avoid diving straight into your phone or computer when you wake up. Instead, use the first hour for reflection, movement, and intentional planning. Enjoy the process. Give yourself grace during the transition to waking up early. It won't always be easy, but if you approach it with the right mindset, it can be deeply rewarding. By making the choice to wake up early, you are making a choice to prioritize your well-being, to carve out intentional time for yourself, and to start your day with purpose and peace. It's a small habit that can yield extraordinary benefits over time. When I first began the journey of daily exercise, I wasn't exactly an athletic type. In fact, I was the complete opposite. Like many people, I often fell into the trap of excuses. I'm too tired. I don't have time. Or the classic, I'll start tomorrow. Sound familiar? If so, you're not alone. Most of us are experts at rationalizing why we don't prioritize our physical health. But here's the turning point. I reached a day where I said, enough is enough. That simple but powerful decision to commit to a week of daily movement changed everything. The key to success wasn't about jumping into a grueling fitness regimen. It was about consistency, no matter how small the effort. I began with a modest 20 minutes of movement each day. It wasn't all hardcore cardio or heavy lifting. My aim was simply to keep my body moving. I mixed it up with yoga, jogging, and some basic strength training, knowing that variety was crucial in keeping me engaged. The goal wasn't just to get fit, but to build a habit I could sustain long-term. Starting small allowed me to focus on consistency rather than intensity, a key factor in building any lasting habit. The first few days were tough, though. My muscles screamed at me, and fatigue felt like an unshakable companion. But I kept reminding myself that these short-term discomforts were paving the way to a bigger reward, better physical and mental well-being. It was a slow start, but by the fourth day, something shifted. I woke up with more energy than I had felt in weeks. My mood, which had been hovering in a low, irritable state, was suddenly brighter. This was my first major realization. Those 20 minutes of daily exercise weren't just benefiting my body, they were transforming my mind. What I initially thought would only be a physical endeavor turned out to be one of the most effective stress relievers and mood enhancers I had ever experienced. It's well known that exercise releases endorphins, the body's natural feel-good chemicals. But what struck me was how quickly my mindset had changed. Exercise was no longer a chore. It became a sacred time for me, an opportunity to disconnect from the world, from stress, from worries, and reconnect with myself. It was a form of meditation in motion, giving me the space to clear my mind and experience life from a place of inner peace and balance. I distinctly remember one morning, lacing up my sneakers for what had become my daily jog. The sun was shining, the air was crisp, and as I ran, a sense of freedom washed over me. It was just me, the open road, and my thoughts. In that moment, I realized that daily exercise wasn't just about health. It was about empowerment. The physical movement mirrored a deeper sense of mental liberation, helping me tap into reservoirs of strength, resilience, and clarity that I hadn't accessed in a long time. What was even more surprising was the sense of accomplishment. With each day that I honored my commitment, my confidence grew. I realized that I was not only improving my body and mind, but also strengthening my willpower and discipline. Each step forward on that road wasn't just a workout. It was a statement that I was capable of change, growth, and self-mastery. The physical changes soon followed. My posture improved, my muscles felt more toned, and my energy levels remained high throughout the day. However, these visible signs of progress were just the tip of the iceberg. The deeper, more significant transformation was the shift in my relationship with myself. Exercise became my daily act of self-care. It wasn't about pushing myself to extremes, but about honoring my body and giving it the movement it needed to thrive. Exercise is often portrayed as a tool for physical fitness, but its mental and emotional benefits are just as profound, if not more so. I began to understand that taking care of my body wasn't separate from taking care of my mind and spirit. When I exercised, I wasn't just burning calories or building muscles. I was nurturing my emotional health, releasing pent-up stress, and reconnecting with my inner self. As I maintained my daily exercise habit, the effects rippled out into other areas of my life. I became more productive at work. My creativity flourished, and my relationships improved because I was more present and less stressed. My sleep quality also improved, leading to even more energy and focus during the day. This small daily habit had transformed not just my body, but my entire lifestyle. It helped me build momentum, and soon I found myself naturally gravitating toward other positive habits, like eating healthier, setting boundaries, and prioritizing rest. If there's one thing I've learned from this journey, it's that consistency is far more important than perfection. You don't need to spend hours at the gym or follow a strict regimen. What you do need is a commitment to move your body regularly in ways that feel good to you. Whether it's a 20-minute yoga session, a brisk walk, or a quick set of exercises in your living room, every bit counts. Incorporating daily exercise into my routine didn't just change my body. It changed my entire outlook on life. It's not about how much weight you can lift or how far you can run. It's about finding joy in the movement, about honoring your body with the care it deserves, and about understanding that true wellness encompasses both the physical and mental aspects of your being. So, take that first step. Even if it's small, you might just find that it transforms far more than you ever imagined. Journaling is habit number 3, and it's one that initially seemed like it was reserved for those with an abundance of free time or a natural inclination for introspection. I used to be skeptical, thinking, who really has the time to sit down and write about their day when life is so busy? However, my perspective changed dramatically after just 1 week of consistent journaling. It quickly became a cornerstone of my personal growth journey. I began with a simple approach. Each night, before bed, I dedicated just 10 minutes to journaling. I bought a plain notebook and a pen, no fancy apps or need to make it aesthetically pleasing, just me and my thoughts. On the first night, I stared at the blank page, unsure of what to write. I decided to start with something straightforward, recounting how my day went, what made me happy, and what I struggled with. As the days passed, I found myself delving deeper. I wrote about my goals, fears, dreams, and insecurities. It felt like having a dialogue with myself, and that's when the real transformation began. Through journaling, I started to notice patterns in my thoughts and behaviors. I realized that many of the things I worried about were completely beyond my control, while others were areas where I could take actionable steps. One particular night, I wrote about a particularly stressful day at work. By putting my thoughts on paper, I found I could process my emotions more effectively. This simple act of reflection helped me gain clarity and regain a sense of control over my emotions. What surprised me most about journaling was how much I learned about myself. It became a powerful tool for self-discovery, uncovering my desires, fears, strengths, and weaknesses. It was like having a personal therapy session each day, allowing me to untangle the complex web of thoughts and emotions that we all carry. Over time, I found that journaling helped me make sense of my experiences, track my progress, and set clearer intentions for my future. Journaling also became a space for gratitude. I started noting down moments of appreciation and positive experiences, no matter how small. This practice shifted my focus towards the positives in my life, which often went unnoticed amidst the daily grind. It helped cultivate a mindset of abundance and contentment. If you've never tried journaling before, I highly encourage you to give it a try. Start small and allow yourself the freedom to explore your thoughts without judgment. You might be surprised at how much clarity, peace, and self-awareness journaling can bring into your life. It's a simple yet profoundly effective habit that can lead to significant personal growth and transformation.